try to do minimal damage to the paint once I get it painted. There's some wiring that needed to be done, so I decided to run the wiring first. I painted the inside black. This way it would be nice and clean because you can lift the body up from the front. Ran the wires in some split loom, so this way it would be nice and out of the way. Put some clips to hold it to the sides of the walls. I'm not going to hook up the lights themselves until after it's painted because they do go in from the opposite side. And there's no reason to put them in. I could just pop them in later because I really don't have to worry about turning the body over. There's the positive and the negative to go to the battery. It's already got a fuse in it. I got it back in on the vehicle itself. So not much left. I got to flip it over. I got to double check where I've sanded. I've sanded the whole thing with 400 grit already, but there's a couple spots where I got put a little bit of filler because of nicks. But then hopefully I'll be able to start painting the outside of this thing and get it done. So that's it for now. And I flipped it over, put a couple coats of primer on it, sanded it down some more, wiped it down. It came out pretty decent, I have to say. It's amazing how many spots you find out that are actually bad once you put a coat of primer on it. So I'm touching them up now. So this way, tomorrow I'll go get the paint hopefully and start painting this thing. Put a coat of silver on where it should be silver, and red and possibly black. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I'm still going to go with the red. So that's it for now. Well, I picked up the silver paint and decided to tape the car off. I'm going to paint the silver first, and then I'm going to come back after it dries and tape off the silver and paint the red. I'm going to decided to go with the red. Had some problems with tape. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. The green tape you see there and the blue tape was stuff that we had, and I thought it was a pretty decent tape, but as you can see, it just seems to not want to stick. So thankfully I picked up a couple rolls of tape at the auto paint store, and I'm glad I did, because if not I'd be out of luck. I don't feel like taping this thing twice just to do one coat of paint. I'm gonna have to tape it twice anyway, but at least I know this tape is sticking. That's the red tape that I bought. It looks pretty decent. It's a little humid today, so I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to probably try it tomorrow. The taillight lenses, I double-sided tape them to a box so this way they don't blow away when I go to paint them. It's not that much pressure, but why take the chance? And then the front, what I did with the front was I taped off all the little blocks. What you hear in the background is a fan. I got a fan going. And I taped off all the little blocks so this way when I go to put the paint on, I'm going to also put the clear coat on, the silver. And where all those little squares are is going to be black. So I'm going to make sure that the black paint sticks because the clear coat tends to stop it from sticking as well as it should. I did find one little cute little thing here. I had this little air gun here for a while. And if you read it, it says includes 1 8-ounce fluid canister. So thinking about how I'm going to mix the paint, I figured, well, let me get the paint container, the mixing cup, and try it out. And guess what? This is nowhere near 8 ounces. It's closer to 6. If you go just a little bit below the rivets. So apparently it's a 6-ounce canister. So I'm glad I checked that ahead of time. I'd be making up a batch of 8 ounces of paint would only fit in a 6-ounce canister. So right now I just have some water in there from checking it to see what the actual level of the paint's going to be inside the spray gun. Never used this sucker before, so it's going to be a learning experience. I have an air filter on the compressor, and this way hopefully we don't get any water through it. But tomorrow it'll tell. I'll give the shot of the silver and we'll go from there with a clear coat after. I had a shot to silver. Came out decent. The only one problem I had with one little run was on one of these taillight lens, I guess housings you would call them. I had a little run on one side, so I'll put that side down so you'll never even see it. But it came out really decent. All the emblems on the sides and in the back. This one here scared me here. I wasn't sure how that was going to come out, but it came out really nice. So the silver's done, thank God. I'll wait a couple of days, dry, make sure it's dry, pull all the tape off, and start taping the silver so this way I can paint the red. I put a coat of clear. I put actually 2 coats of clear coat on. The clear coat made a big difference. It was amazing. I used this 2K clear coat. It's got a little plug on the bottom that you take from the top and you bang it down. It breaks the container inside, puts the hardener into the paint. Goes on really nice. I don't know if you can see the shine behind it, but it made a big difference once I put the clear coat on. So that's it for that. Now we'll wait, retape it, tape all the silver, and then we'll get some red and try that one out. I took off the paper. The silver is pretty much done. It came out really decent. I only have a couple spots that it must have been when I taped, the tape went past the line, so I had to touch up a couple spots. It really looks good with the difference in color between the primer and the silver. It really did come out nice. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I still have to take the center out of here. That gets painted black in the middle. The same with this. This gets painted black in the middle. But I have to tape the whole thing over anyway to do the red. Right there was a problem area. Let me see if I can get on the other side, where the tape actually overrode the molding itself. So I touched it up with a brush. It looks decent. I'm going to touch it up again tomorrow with another coat, let it dry. I mean, it should be dry now, but not in the mood right now. There's the little chrome on the bottom. And the grill. The grill came out pretty good. I pulled all the tape out of the individual blocks. Now what I have to do is everywhere where you see gray is going to be black. And in the center there, that symbol is gold. So tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow we'll try to clean up the body a little bit. Apparently the tape that I used, I said I had a problem with the other tape before. The green tape left a residue on the bottom. You could actually rub it and peel it off. So I'm going to have to go over the whole body with something like either denatured alcohol or something that doesn't disturb the primer. But and I still have to pick up the red paint, but we're supposed to get a couple of days of rain, so we'll see what happens. She's all taped up for the red. Sanded it down again with 400 grit. See a couple spots in the back under here, under where the bumper is here. There's a couple small holes, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, it's so low, the thing is, you never see them. They're really small pinholes. But hopefully this tape won't give me any problem like the other tape did. It's cool this morning. It's in the mid 70s or low 70s. So probably a perfect time to do it. Yeah, it's a little breezy, but we're going to give it a shot. So here goes nothing. Bottom line. Never painted like this before, so we'll see what happens other than the silver. So let's give it a shot. Well, there she is painted up. It went pretty well, except for one little time that I tried to fix a small problem that we had on the front, and I ended up screwing it up worse, so I'll show you once I get up there. But that came out good, the donut. And there's my tag. Walk around here. I still have to fill in the center of the symbols. That has to be gold. The same with the one in the back there. but the contrast with the silver and the red really came out nice. So I'm happy. I'm glad I went with the red. The front looks decent with the black in the background. Again, there's another symbol I had to fill in. Yeah, up front on the hood here, there was a deep gouge or crack. I went to fix it and I ended up screwing up the hood, so I ended up having to paint half the hood over again. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. I had a little bit of orange peel on the front. I fixed that and painted it, and right next to it I picked up more orange peel. So I sanded that down and repainted that. So I think I'm pretty satisfied with it. We'll wait a day or two and then hook it up to the chassis. Well, there she is, finally done. Hard to believe it took over 40 years to get this thing finished. This body came out of the trash and saved it from the landfill back in the early 70s. It came out pretty decent. Headlights look good. I put these little chrome bumpers to cover the slots in the front to where actually the bumper would have been mounted. I repainted the hood for like the third time. I just wasn't satisfied with it. So I said to heck with it, I might as well redo it. The windshield came out pretty decent. It was fun bending, I have to say that. The tires with the little white marker on them, that came out good. There's the Fury on the side in gold with the little gold symbol in the middle of the circle. The donut or toilet seat came out really nice. It's got a nice shine to it. I'll tell you, the clear coat works fantastic. Of course, there's my tag, 59 Fury. The tail lights, you turn them on. Tail lights came out nice. Put a couple of flags in the back so I don't get run over. I figured the American flag looks a lot better than some orange load carrying flag. The wheelie bars. Walk around to the front. Steering wheel. I still have to wait. There's a actual decal that goes behind the steering wheel. It's got like a little fake speedometer and fuel gauge. Apparently the gentleman who was running the business sold it, so the new guy's still working on getting his things together so he can start selling parts again. My steering wheel that's made out of a frying pan, that worked out pretty good. I still need a little symbol to go on the back here. In the back there's the word Plymouth, and one goes in the front too, right next to that little triangle. So I have to get that yet, but she's pretty good. She's pretty much ready to go. I mounted a handle on the front so this way I can physically lift it. There's really no way to lift in this thing without the handle. Now, you don't really want to grab the body. So maybe one night we'll take it down to Margaritaville. They have a car shows at, I think it's Friday nights, and Fun Spot has a classic car shows on Saturday nights. Then we take it down there and turn a few heads. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. It's just for something that came out of the trash 40 years ago. It came out pretty nice. And the people at the paint store were really very, very helpful. The young lady who runs the store, very knowledgeable. She helped me out a lot when I had a lot of questions because I never really painted before. You lift the body up. There's the chassis. That came out pretty good. So, pretty well satisfied with it. So that's it. The build is finally done. I said it took long enough, but it was well worth it.